Octavia.
A damaged champion who upon release was heavily criticized for how unbalanced she seemed. Octavia is the only champion who has a choice on her passive ability, which not only benefits her, but benefits her entire team, allowing her teammates to have an edge over the enemy. It's been 2 years since her release, and it's time to find out if Octavia has found her place in the realm. I've got a mere 10 hours to not just play her, but to master her. And here's how it went down.
This is our battlefield.
Once again, I queued for a match without knowing the champion's kit, just to see if she has a big learning curve. And of course, my first match is accompanied by high-level players, so I had a chat with Octavia for some encouragement.
Octavia, I'm a little scared. The enemy team looks really high-leveled.
Surrender now and avoid all this unnecessary humiliation.
After that motivating chat with Octavia, I felt comfortable enough to leave the spawn room and test Octavia out, but from a very safe distance. I stood there for a while until it looked like our team had the upper hand. Feeling brave, I cautiously made my way towards the point, only to be shot in the back by the sniper. So I got out of there, like I do with every social interaction, as quick as possible. Then when I felt safe enough, I looked for him and took him out. I thought we were going to win that fight, but it looked like we were down a few. So I decided to make my exit, just like the last time, but I froze midair. And it almost cost me my life.
I'm bleeding out.
I patched myself up ready to rejoin my teammates, but just when things were heating up, the game decided I needed a breather and kicked me out. What? Or maybe I lost connection, or maybe someone was hacking the game, but I've never been a fan of maybe, so I queued up for another match, and I had a question for my teammates.
Just did. Yeah.
All servers are broken.
And it turns out I wasn't the only one experiencing this. I checked out the Paladins Twitter account to see if they had addressed the issue, and found out they weren't sure why it was happening, but they were aware. I was a little concerned about my second game. It started off with a lovely sniper shot right to the face, so I patched myself up only to receive another sniper shot in the face. Trying to find the sniper on their team, I noticed the enemy Furia from the corner of my eye.
He's just standing there, menacingly!
I took the opportunity to get a free kill, and once I felt comfortable enough to leave my cover, I got shot again by the sniper. I'm gonna guess the Furia disconnected, but I love free kills, so I'll take advantage of it. The Moji was always in our backlines, and it looked like she wanted to 1v1 me, so I used everything I knew about Octavia up to this point and got a sweet kill off of her. Finally, I got my ultimate and I was ready to use it. I had no clue what it did, but I was all in to find out. Little did I know I wouldn't really be able to see my ult in action because the sniper always had his eye out for me. Thankfully, the second match played out smoothly, giving me a chance to get a feel for Octavia's playstyle. Octavia's main weapon is a semi-auto rifle, and her right click lets her aim down sights. Her first ability lets her throw a dome-like field that reduces enemy sights to only what's inside of the dome. Her second ability lets her jump in the air, and while aiming down sights, allows her to levitate for 2.5 seconds. And her ultimate ability, which I didn't really get to see thanks to Strix, is this laser barrage that moves pretty slowly but seems to go on forever. I've got a decent grasp of Octavia's ability so far, but I'm still a bit of a novice. To truly master her, I need a game plan, and that's where this Octavia Mastery Bingo card comes into play. Think of it as my roadmap to becoming a true Octavia expert. Each space on the card represents a goal or achievement, and the challenge is to complete as many bingos as possible before reaching the 10-hour mark. There is one space that I can get out of the way, and that's to make a loadout. So I did that and queued up for a match.
Get me a medic.
Don't worry, I've got you.
What the? Not getting paid enough for this.
Oh yeah. Help! We need to dislodge the enemy right now.
Thanks, I owe you one.
Taking fire. Push them back. This is our battle. can't stop me.
15 seconds remaining.
You will be replaced. They won't find a trace of you anywhere or any place.
Time's up. After dedicating a solid 10 hours to mastering Octavia, it's time to share my final thoughts, accompanied by a bingo card review. Octavia was an interesting and controversial champion to be released in Paladins. Her passive abilities do offer potential advantages for her team, but personally, I found them less impactful than when she initially released. Octavia has gone through some nerfs over time, and it's possible that I simply haven't honed my skills enough, but I often felt that my damage output with her fell a bit short. Now, don't get me wrong, there is a certain thrill in using her kit, such as her dome, which blinds enemies that are inside of it, floating in the air to catch enemies off guard. These aspects of her kit were undeniably enjoyable and made her gameplay quite engaging. However, when it comes to her ultimate ability, I found it somewhat underwhelming. I felt that it was extremely easy for opponents to dodge the ult. I struggled to get a multi-kill with it, but this may be due to the fact that I am not a master. Sure, I played her for 10 hours, but that doesn't mean that I know exactly how to use her. You may have a different experience if you tried playing her. But anyways, here's where we left off on the card. And now here's an updated version of that card. I haven't managed to get a complete full bingo card yet, and so if you're interested in watching me take on the challenge with the remaining 57 champions I have left to master, please consider subscribing. I'll be documenting my progress with each and every single champion. Thank you for watching. Oh, sorry, my DoorDash order is here. I gotta go.